This video is an exclusive excerpt from our latest FSW webinar. If you're interested, the complete replay is available for free by following the link in the description. Have a nice viewing.
Good morning, good afternoon, and welcome for this webinar about this wonderful technology, Freshenstor Welding. Okay, this is the content of my presentation. I will start by presenting the Freshenstor Welding process. So I'm going to use the acronym FSW for Freshenstor Welding. I will continue by introducing the main key parameters, and I will finish this talk by presenting the main defect of Freshenstor Welding. About the process. So we can summarize the Freshenstor Welding process in 4 steps. Step 1 is we clamp the part. Step 2, we use a tool placed in rotation, plunge into the part, and when the shoulder, so the horizontal part, so the tool touch the top surface of the part, we start the traveling, the movement of the tool along the part. And at the end of the process, the tool weighs vertically, leaving a hole. So don't risk about this keyhole. We have many solutions to manage the hole. So here, now we have a video to introduce Freshenstor Welding. So again, 4 steps, 1, 2, 3, 4. Step 1, clamping of the part. So for that, we have 2 welding configuration, butt welding like this, or lap welding like this. And as you can see, lap welding, we have 1 piece over the second one. And now we have to use a jig to clamp the part during the welding process. So here you can see an automatical clamping system for mass production. And of course, we can use a basic mechanical clamping system for low batch. But that is important to clamp the part. Otherwise, the part will move with the tool. Step 2, the tool. So we use a tool like this, where, as you can see, the tool is composed of 2 important parts, the pin and the shoulder. So the pin plunge into the material up to the shoulder touch the top surface of the piece. And when the shoulder touch this surface, the CNC starts the movement along the weld path. And as you can see, so the tool rotates on itself, and thanks to this movement, we mix the parts together. So an important point here, and that is if you have to remember one thing about this webinar, is Freshenstor Welding is a solid state welding process. So the temperature here under the tool is about 500 degrees C, while the multi-pool temperature of aluminium is 600 degrees C. So basically, we use about 80% of the multi-pool temperature of the part, but it's still solid. So Freshenstor Welding, it's a solid state welding process. We never reach the liquid state. So step 4, up, as we can see, at the end of the process, so the tool goes up, and we leave a hole corresponding to the shape of the pin. And for that, we have different solutions to avoid this defect. Okay, so now what are the benefits of this process about the cost? First, very interesting advantages is it's a low welding cost because there is few consumable. The only one consumable is the tool itself. So the lifetime of the tool is about 1,000 meter long. High productivity, so we can weld up to 3 meters per minute. And that is very, very interesting for welding experts. That means friction stir welding does not require surface preparation. So no cleaning, no etching, no brushing. So we can weld directly the part without any surface preparation. There is no shielding gas and no gas and no wire also. And also the qualities of the weld is very, very high. So generally we have a high reduction of the post-welding inspection. So now, what are the benefits on the design of few parts? The first point is we can weld any kind of aluminum alloy. So 1,000, 2,000, 4,000, 5, 6, 7,000. And here it's an example of where we weld 70, 75 T6 with 20, 24 T3 using butt welding. And that is totally forbidden by a liquid state welding process. And as you can see, we can get easily by friction stir welding. Also, by friction stir welding, it's possible to weld foundry, aluminum foundry, including die casting. And as you know, when we die cast a screw part, we have many porosity, and that's why it's not possible to weld using fusion welding. As friction stir welding is a solid state welding process, we can weld now die cast part. No leakage, so that's why friction stir welding is used for a lot for leak-proof assembly. For example, core plate. Also, we have an excellent thermal and electrical conductivity, and that's why friction stir welding is used for bus bar, for example. And also, as the mechanical strength is high, and we don't have a defect, it's possible to bend or stamp the part after welding, and of course on aluminum part. Okay, so now let's go to look to the mechanical strength. So here we present a different joint efficiency. So as function of aluminum alloys and friction stir welding versus arc welding. So here it's MIG or TIG welding, but it can be also laser welding. So now, when you look to the main heat-treatable aluminum alloys, 2024 or 6,000 aluminum alloy, by friction stir welding, we have a joint efficiency of about 70%. And also for 6,000 series. While by arc fusion welding, we have an efficiency between 40 to 50%. So we can sum up and think that by friction stir welding, we can get a weld 2 times stronger than fusion welding. What is interesting here is when we weld 7,000 series. So here 7075 T6. So we get a joint efficiency of about 80%, while this type of alloy is totally unweldable by fusion welding. And the same thing for aluminum silicon alloy. So for high pressure die casting or classic sand casting sculo, we get generally an mechanical strength of 90%, joint efficiency of 90%, while generally we get 70% for fusion welding. So if we sum up all these advantages and limitations.
There's still 30 minutes to watch. Access the full video for free by clicking the link in the description below. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel to learn more about friction stir welding.